Hi, everyone. I'm Alice, and I'm here with Daniel.
Hello.
And we are part of the product strategy team for Oracle Service. We're so excited to be here today to talk to you about our favorite topic, amazing service experiences.
That's right. And instead of showing you some boring PowerPoint slides, people, we're going to show you how those amazing service experiences look like in real life. And we're going to be unpacking them as we go. So let's jump right into it.
Let's do it. Let's start with conversational AI and coffee. Cindy here has an issue with her coffee machine. It's an IoT connected machine, and the sensor immediately realizes that there's an issue with the heating system. So it automatically logs a service ticket into the system and lets Cindy know about the issue.
That's exactly where this demo starts. Cindy's going to the website, going to her portal, and hey, what do I need to do to get this issue solved? Clicks on the chatbot. And check this out. Instead of saying, hi, how can I help you? These are the 5 things I can help you with. This chatbot says, hey, Cindy, can I help you with your issue that you have open, your overheating sensor in your coffee machine?
Oh, that's really cool.
I know, right? It is really cool because how often do you see a chatbot that knows your name and knows what your issue is? And that's really what the gist of personalized online service is. They know what your issue are and know who you are. Let's move on.
All right, so what you see here is Cindy is asking the digital assistant about how to change the sensor. However, the digital assistant doesn't have an answer for it. So what it's doing is it's searching the knowledge base of how to find the answer for Cindy.
Okay, but why doesn't the assistant answer it themselves? Why go to knowledge base in the first place?
Daniel, that's a great question. While a digital assistant can be programmed to have all those different answers at hand, there are 3 good reasons as to why that might not be the best option. So number 1 is if you think about how many questions are asked in a service department, it could be thousands.
Lots for sure, yeah.
Right. There's so many questions that come in. It just isn't feasible to add in all those thousands of different questions and answers into the digital assistant. What's more feasible is to add in maybe 10, 20 questions that are most commonly asked to automate.
Right.
Okay, number 2 is when you think about complex issues with changing a sensor, sometimes it's got a lot of details, lots of images that you need to add. And if you think about it, there are so many steps that are needed, and it just really isn't necessary to add in all of those information and details through the digital assistant, but more through the knowledge base article itself. And lastly, consistency is key. So if you think about it, there are so many different ways that a customer can engage with you, whether it's through a digital assistant, through knowledge base articles, the contact center, and no matter what, all these interactions need to be underpinned by one single source of truth, which is the knowledge base.
That makes a ton of sense, Alice. Let's continue this demo. As you can see, Cindy is feeling a bit uncomfortable. This seems to be rather technical if you're looking into that article, right? So she's going to ask for some help installing or that replacement sensor. So she goes through that kind of an interview. It's a really convenient experience. Yes, no, just click through it. The digital assistant actually retrieves the information from the back office. See what device does she own? What city does she live in? And it's going through this whole validation of whether she can apply for a warranty claim or not.
Oh, nice. That sounds very personalized there.
That's right. This is a prime example of digital service automation. Through a series of steps, simple questions, we will actually go to a quite a complex determination whether she would file for a warranty claim or not. And that's really important to highlight here. Chatbots, people think of them as simple FAQ bots to deflect calls. Oh, let the chatbot answer the simple call so that people don't call the contact center. But you got to start thinking more about, hey, how can we automate more complex processes using a chatbot, using a digital system like this? And that's something I would really encourage all of you viewers also to look at. What are your processes that now involve a lot of manual steps, a lot of complex interaction points, etc.? There may be some really good opportunities for you to automate that.
Great. So let's see how this interview process was made possible. This here is the Intelligent Advisor rules document. You can create rules on how to determine the next best action. And over here, we were able to determine if the warranty plan for Cindy is valid or not. And this is all done simply without the need to code.
All right. So what happens next is that Cindy needs to schedule the field service technician visit to repair the machine. As you can see, it says next Thursday, and the bot is actually able to translate it into an actual date and get that work order in.
Absolutely. How cool is that? We can automate processes like that to schedule a technician to come out, all with Digital Assistant. The great thing about this entire demo flow is the fact that we can automate these complex flows. And we don't require experts in data science and natural language processing. Any business user with a bit of training can automate these processes and adjust them on the fly.
Right, and that's really important for the total cost of ownership. You're not dependent on those very expensive resources to do this kind of things, right?
Mhm.
So here we are, people. It may look like a simple chatbot conversation you might find in any given website, but there's actually a lot behind it that makes this happen. And it's a prime example of a great digital first service experience that is hyper convenient for the customer. So let's move on to the second demo.
All right, so this next one is all about using data for intelligent engagement. Daniel, are you ready to break down this 1-minute video?
Let's do this, Alice.
Okay, so it's no secret that today we use online shopping more than ever, especially this past year, right? There's a quote that I like. It's called, "We don't use technology, we live technology." And that's true more than ever. And so, Daniel, when it comes to online shopping, I really rely on digital and convenient experiences, right? What is also a requirement for you?
Yeah, I'm buying more than ever online.
Hmm.
I take my time to research. I would like to get my answers before I buy something, especially if it's more expensive things like a guitar, for example.
Oh, yeah.
I research, right? I browse information, and let's look at this demo here. You see Andrea, who is browsing around to shop for some new business attire. Because guess what, Alice? She's going to a conference, a real conference.
Real conference.
Remember back in the days when we were just walking around and seeing people face to face and
Hmm.
walked on stage to present? Oh, I miss those days. So anyways, Andrea is going to a conference. She's shopping around for some business attire, and she's really starting to doubt about something because she heard that the sizing is not always accurate in this company. So she's doubting about this particular dress band. And guess what? Believe it or not, right at that moment, she gets an invitation to have a chat with an apparel advisor.
So, how did the digital assistant know that was her name, Andrea?
Yes, that is the power of data, my friend. It's beautiful. There's so much data available nowadays. And if you just consolidate all that data, put it around a rich profile, like the one you can see on the screen here, there's so much rich information that we can put together around the customer. I use that for smarter service interactions.
Definitely. All the data from contact information, as you can see, and even transactional data, all of her purchase history, even the last item that she had bought, it's all recorded over here. Now, you can even see the customer lifetime value of Andrea, and she's in the top 20% of customers.
So this is customer intelligence in action. What we did here is we connected a whole bunch of systems, your order management system, your commerce system, your ERP system, your service system, your point of sale system, your market system, etc., around a single dynamic view of the customer. Now, how do we use this information? Well, we're going to go to this other tool, as you can see here. This is the engagement engine. So here is where we set the rules to proactively engage with Andrea right at the moment she needs it. So as you can see here, first we're going to evaluate, is she browsing a product that's expensive enough, more than $300 in this case? Is it a customer that sits in the top 20% of customer lifetime value? Yes. Is it a customer that has 4 seconds of inactivity? If so, then offer this proactive pop-up with a invitation live chat connecting to the VIP white glove service queue. So that's how you use that kind of information, a rich profile, to intelligently engage to the right customers at the right time on the website.
I love it. So Andrea receives an invitation to chat in the exact moment that she needs it. And this is just one of the many ways we can use data to provide amazing customer experiences.
So here you go, a great example of data driving better experiences. Now let's look at the third example here, which is the other side of the coin, the agent experience. Look, it's not easy to be a customer service agent at all. There's angry customers on the phone all day. You're often having to go into like 19 different applications to find out what information is you need. The tools that you're using were built in the 1900s somewhere. It's not a very fun job, right?
Right. And let's not forget about the newer generation that we have today. People want a great user experience, and they didn't have 2 weeks to onboard people onto TikTok and Instagram, right, Daniel?
That's right. What does a modern agent experience look like? Let's have a look at the chat that comes in from Andrea and the agent desktop. So when the agent Red opens up that incoming chat, automatically the workspace is loaded. The thread on the left with the chat, and then you'll see other core information from the customer. What are the past incidents, interaction the customer has had with customer service over all different channels. In one click, the agent's able to open more customer information, including the 360 view of the customer.
Oh, wow. What's that flipping screen thingy?
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? The accordions where you expand, and the flip screen, the flip tiles. These are all very well designed UI elements, really built in with the idea to make the cognitive overload as light as possible. So removing non-core information, but still giving easy access to the information the customer service agent needs.
Cool. And this customer 360 information is everything that we've seen before, all about Andrea. This is real-time intelligence coming in about her transactional data. We know that she's a high-value customer with her spending. And so we have all this information as a customer service rep to be able to give her the right type of service experience that she deserves.
Exactly. And as you can see here, the agent can even see what the customer is typing as a preview. And that's really important. It may sound a bit creepy, but this is really good because it offers the time to look up the answer, start typing the answer, etc. And for the customer, it's just a better experience. You get faster to the point answers.
After getting the answer, the customer has another question, but it could be answered much easier through a video chat. So within one click, we initiate that video chat, and voila, there we go. It starts it, and it provides a more white glove service experience.
Exactly. And to your point earlier about the younger generations, they are so used to using FaceTime or WhatsApp. Video chat, such a easy way to build more rapport with a customer. All right, folks. So here we are. Some examples of next generation service experiences. We started with a chatbot. That's more than just some FAQ answering bot you may find everywhere. This is with knowledge management embedded, with intelligent advice flows, with seamless process integration with back office systems, etc.
Right. And in addition to all those new innovative technologies, we also showed you the power of data and how we can fuel that data to provide those intelligent engagements for the customer.
And then we talked about how that chat from the consumer side looks from the agent side, and what modern agent experience look like with all the data, the 360 view, intuitive tools, easy escalation to video chat for the white glove experiences. Some examples of cool service experience that are all, by the way, very easy to implement today. So if you are interested in this and you say, hey, that would be interesting for my business, give Oracle a ring, because we'd love to help you with that.
We hope this was valuable to you, and let's move on to the next section for today's event. Thank you so much.
See you next time.